Jake Mace, the vegan athlete. Good morning. I'm on the train heading from just the outskirts of Paris into Paris. I've been doing like a 30-minute metro each day, and it's allowed me to have a really affordable Airbnb just outside of Paris and then pay like $2 to get into Paris each day on the public transit. I met up with some friends yesterday, Chase Armitage and Adam Brashaw from the UK. They were doing a Fast and Furious live show here in Paris, and I went to meet them and hang with them and see their show. And they're martial artists, and they're adventure men, they're super athletic, and they're vegan. We were talking about a few things that I think about all the time that I wanted to talk to you guys about here in this video. So the things that we were talking about always come up when I'm hanging out with vegan, usually guys, who are athletic. And we talk about how, of course, you go vegan for animals, of course you go vegan for morality, of course you go vegan to save resources like water and land, but you also go vegan for health benefits. There's a lot of health benefits to eating a 100% plant-based diet. So many of my friends who are athletic, once they go vegan, they see a lot of enhancements in their physicality. They get stronger, they recover quicker, they get leaner, they carry less fat around, their joints get younger and more flexible and healthier. A lot of the pain they might have in their body from the sports they play or the activities they do goes away. And so a lot of people who are vegan purely just for the health benefits. So this begs the question, what kind of vegan are you? Are you a vegan who eats Oreo cookies, which are technically vegan? If you are, then you can't be at your healthiest state. Are you a vegan who includes dark leafy greens in your diet, like kale, spinach, collard greens, kohlrabi? If that's the case, then you're even healthier. Or are you a vegan like me who tries to grow all their food in the healthiest soil possible? And if that's the case, you're able to grow and produce the healthiest dark leafy greens because the soil's more full of nutrients and minerals. Therefore, the kale, the collard greens, the kohlrabi that you grow is also more full of vitamins and minerals and nutrients. Lately, a lot of the vegans I've been hanging out with are looking to use plants as medicine. And a lot of people are getting into yoga, a lot of folks getting into meditation, and they're looking to use their plants that they eat to help to heighten their vibration, to heighten their enlightenment, to heighten their metaphysical state. So where do you draw the line? You know, if you smoke a lot of marijuana, if you do a lot of weed, that's vegan, right? It's just a plant. But are there any side effects to doing quote-unquote drugs that are just plants that are grown of the earth? As a gardener, I have a really hard time with marijuana because I'm not a pothead, I don't smoke weed, but I do believe that it should be our right to grow whatever plants we want. How can you live in America or Canada or the UK or any country that's quote-unquote free and not be allowed to grow a plant in your own yard? It's a plant, for God's sakes. Then we have the whole mushroom argument where am I doing edible mushrooms to try to tap into my spiritual self and connect with everything around me and get questions to answers that I have. So a lot of my friends are smoking weed, they're eating edible magic mushrooms, and now something's happening where this ayahuasca is becoming more and more popular because there are a lot of companies out there who are creating a very professional, clean, and safe environment for folks with a little bit of money to go and do ayahuasca, which is a hallucinogenic drug that's a concoction of different herbs and roots and plants that they brew in a certain way, and they include as part of a spiritual / religious ceremony to give you a high that is hallucinogenic. And usually they do it as part of a meditation ceremony. So there's a lot of cultiness that goes around ayahuasca because you're going to do the hallucinogenic plant-based drug with meditation, with music, with really good public speakers, with leaders, with a lot of other people. You can't help but walk away with a really interesting out-of-body experience that's life-changing or quote-unquote life-changing. So I have a certain opinion when it comes to drugs like weed, marijuana, magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, even things like alcohol and cigarette smoke. I approach these things as a vegan who's also a martial artist that's trained in traditional Buddhist and Daoist martial arts, Buddhist and Daoist Qigong, Buddhist and Daoist meditation techniques. And from my training, I have learned that there are pretty much two schools of thought in the traditional martial arts that come from China. There's a Buddhist school of thought and a Daoist school of thought. The Daoist school of thought is kind of like all my friends who are vegan, who think it's okay to smoke marijuana, eat magic mushrooms, and do ayahuasca. They're looking to get answers to their life questions. They're looking to have a spiritual experience. They're looking to gain enlightenment quickly right now. All right, so I'm off the subway here, and I'm at the Paris Botanical Garden. The second school of thought is the Buddhist school of thought. And the Buddhists are not so much interested in getting enlightenment quickly. The Buddhists are looking to gain enlightenment sustainably and consistently over a long period of time. So I think about somebody working out in the gym, where the Daoist is looking to get jacked immediately, eating whatever they want and taking whatever enhancements, whatever drugs they want, like steroids, human growth hormone, whatever. But the Buddhist is looking to have a healthy long-term enlightenment, like somebody who eats their fruits and vegetables, goes to the gym consistently, and gains incredible fitness that lasts a lifetime. And what the Buddhists would say to somebody who's looking to gain enlightenment quickly through sex or through drugs, even if they're plant-based drugs, is that everything in life is yin and yang. So if you're going to yinify yourselves with ayahuasca, with mushrooms, with marijuana, there's always a yang side effect that will shut you down and close off your chakras, close off your nervous system, close off your chi after the high of the drugs are over. And since I've been trained in both Daoist types of martial arts, meditation, qigong, and Buddhist types, I tend to pull a little bit from each school of thought. So I tend to be more Buddhist when it comes to gaining enlightenment quickly. I tend to think that when you gain enlightenment through deep breathing exercise that happens consistently every day over many years, when you try to further your spiritual and physical development with exercise and with physical feats of strength, that tends to be more safe and effective because it's energy and it's spirituality that you can control at will. I know a lot of people who do the drugs like weed, ayahuasca, mushrooms, and they don't seem to have the long-term consistent confidence in themselves. They don't seem to have the long-term consistent spirituality. They don't seem to have the long-term consistent happiness. They always need to go back to the drug, even if it's a plant-based drug, to tap back into that spirituality, to tap back into that connection to nature around them. So I have a lot of friends who tell me, Jake, man, you are so into meditation and being vegan and martial arts and connecting to nature. You've got to go do some shrooms with us, man. You've got to go smoke some weed with us, man. You got to go with us to this ayahuasca ceremony, man. You've got to do some LSD with us, man. It'll open up your brain and make you realize things you never knew existed before. And I always respond to them by saying, how do you guys don't know that I'm not connected to everything around me all the time? Because I never do the drugs. I eat very clean, vegan diet. I'm meditating every day, doing Tai Chi, Qigong, martial arts. I'm out in nature constantly, on hikes, on backpacking trips, traveling like I am now in Paris. I'm building gardens and connecting with fruit trees and plants constantly. How do you know that my chakra centers, that my auras and my chi is not open and able to connect with nature, including the people around me all the time? And I never have any swings that close me off like you guys do when you're done taking the drug. And usually they respond to me like, Jake, man, you don't understand. You don't even know. And I'm like, no, man, you don't even know. It's quite possible that I am in a very 24/7 perpetual state of enlightenment through the clean living and through the trainings that I do that come from within me. I don't need external sources. I do need food. I need healthy food, and when I eat garden fresh veggies from my garden, or when I take a shot of wheatgrass or take a shot of ginger, I do feel the buzz of incredible nutrition, but I don't need the psychedelic plants that take me somewhere, because I'm high on life, I'm high on my habits, I'm high on meditation, I'm high on physical fitness, I'm high on my plant-based lifestyle 24/7. And when I was younger and I was starting to believe in the Buddhist and the Daoist ways of living, I was a teenager. And so if I wanted to experiment with food if I wanted to experiment with exercise, meditation, sex, herbs, whatever, it made me kind of a weird guy. And a lot of people the same age as me were just into partying, into going to college, they were into having a date and trying to find a job to pay the bills. And I was more into developing myself physically and spiritually. I was going to China to learn martial arts and to learn Mandarin. I was training in the traditional Chinese martial arts for 8 hours a day, every day, for years and years and years and years and years. And now that I'm in my mid-30s, what I'm finding is that when I go around people who are in their low 20s, like late teens, low 20s, they call me a Zen master most of the time. I'm not even trying to brag, that's what people call me. And I don't feel that's what I am. But what I'm finding is that every year that I trust myself more, and I come to terms with the fact that I'm going to eat this way, I'm going to breathe this way, I'm going to exercise this way, I'm going to meditate this way, I'm going to surround myself with this more sustainable, healthy lifestyle that I do 24/7, that allows my chi to be open 24/7, and it taps me into my environment 24/7. People, especially younger people, respond to it very strongly around me. And they oftentimes say, Jake's always in a positive state, Jake's always in a Zen state. And I don't think it's something I'm doing consciously. It's just my lifestyle that I've had since I've been a teenager is finally starting to shape me in a certain way that other people outside of my personal bubble can pick up on. So this is a quick video that works for my vegan following, it works for my gardening following, it works for my martial art following. Which school of thought do you most believe in? The Daoist type school of thought, where you're looking to gain enlightenment now, no matter what the measure, no matter what happens? Or are you more of the Buddhist school of thought, where you're looking for a long-term healthy solution that involves generating this happiness, this spiritual connection, and this quote-unquote enlightenment from the inside out? Are you a Buddhist? Are you a Daoist? Or are you something else? Tell me down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys ever want to meet up and discuss sometime in person, there's always really cool things that come out of a conversation like this, like I just had with my friends Chase and Adam. Thanks guys for following my YouTube channels and my social media. I'll talk to you guys again soon for the next video.